Hi guys, and welcome to yet another Munro adventure. Today I'm doing what's described as the finest mountain in the Southern Highlands. And it's actually Two Munros today that I'm planning, and then I'm going to sleep in the van and do another Two Munros tomorrow. And that's just a cut down on the driving, as I'm a long way from home in the Southern Highlands. Anyway, I'm way behind time for today. It's about 1:30, 1:45, and this walk's going to take about 6 hours. So I'll tell you more further up this Munro. So after multiple river crossings, I made it towards the woods at the bottom of this Munro. And a word of warning, this is extremely boggy going through this wood, so I didn't film any of it, but it wasn't long before I made it back into the open. Right, that's me up and out the woods. That is horrendous, that part. It's just bog from the bottom right the way up to the top. But it's opened up now to this magnificent corrie, which you can see behind me. The weather is much better than expected. I didn't bring any sun cream or sunglasses as I was expecting fog and rain. So it's a nice surprise. But I think I might get burnt going up the first Munro today. So it wasn't long before the views really started opening up behind me as I got towards the top of the first Munro of today. Well, there we go. There's the first Munro of two of today. What an amazing viewpoint this is. And this is Ben Louis, which is 1130 metres high. That means Hill of the Calves. As I said at the start of the video today, this is known as one of the finest peaks in the Southern Highlands. So I'll show you some of the views up here. So from here, you can see over to the Bridge of Orchy Munros. A lot of them I haven't done yet in the distance there. And over to my right hand side in the distance, you can see Benmore and Stibinion. So I decided here was probably the best place to stop for some lunch. As you can see here, the views to the glen below were absolutely fantastic. So while I was sitting here enjoying my lunch, I thought that I better go back and make sure I touch the top of that peak behind, as I'm not sure that I was actually on the top of Ben Louis. So I spent quite some time up here, and no wonder with these sort of views. I can see why this is labelled one of the best peaks in the Southern Highlands. I mean, have a look at this. Absolutely incredible views in every direction. But I do have another Munro to do today, and it's actually about 4:30. It doesn't look far away though, so I'll show you just now. It's over here. It actually looks tiny compared to the Munro that I'm on just now. But anyway, I'll catch up with you once I get closer to that Munro. Munro 154. This is Ben Achlave and it's 916 metres high. One of the lowest Munros, and to be honest, it's slightly disappointing compared to the first one of today, Ben Louis. In its own right, it does have fantastic views, which I'll try and show you just now. So the lighting is pretty terrible behind me, as all you can see is shadows, but hopefully you can still make out, which I think is the Dalmally Munros, and behind that must be Ben Cruachan, and the loch I think is Loch Awe. So yeah, the views aren't too bad from here either. My timing today has also not been too bad. As you can see, Ben Louis just has some clouds rolling through it just now. It actually looks pretty menacing behind the camera. I think it's going to rain. So I don't think I'm going to hang about here for too long, as I'll try and get down before that rain comes in. So like I just mentioned, the weather certainly is deteriorating. Big black clouds around Ben Louis. But as with Ben Louis, it was hard to tell which cairn is the summit cairn. This is a bit of a rounded lump, this Munro. So I'm going to touch the top of all these little cairns on the way past, just in case. I think the furthest away one is actually the true top. Nope, that one behind it definitely looks higher. Yep, I would say that one's probably the true top. Right, I'm going to start making my way back down to the car park. I don't think I'll film anything, so I'll give you a quick update of my plans for tomorrow back at the van. Well, that's it for another day. A few things to note with this Munro is the river crossing at the start. If that river's in spate, then I think you would struggle And also the bog from the start of the woods up towards the quarry is horrendous, probably some of the worst bog that I've seen. But apart from that, it's all good. A really enjoyable day, and it's only about 6 miles. It takes between 5 and 6 hours. So I'll give my rating out of 10 for these two. I think I'll give them a solid 7.5 out of 10. A really enjoyable mid-length sort of day. Ben Louis is a pretty special Munro. I had planned to stay in my van and do another couple of Munros tomorrow, but my left knee is giving me a lot of jip ever since the Ben Lord 7, and even going over the Ben Alder 6 last week. It's just really starting to hurt me. I think I'm going to have to get it seen to, as the descent there just wasn't enjoyable at all. But the mountains will always be there. It's not worth giving myself long-term damage for the sake of a couple of extra Munros. So anyway, that's it for today's video. Hope you've enjoyed it. A bit shorter than I'd expected. But yeah, that's it. And I hope you'll join me for some more Munros in the next one.